Monday afternoon up here getting some fertilizer to take down and put on my wheat. We've got a chance of rain this evening, into tomorrow, into Wednesday, into Thursday. So let's see if I can get this fertilizer spread this afternoon. Well, you can see the flags over there. We've got a little bit of breeze going, but that's not going to be enough to stop me. I'm getting 4 ton of what am I getting? A 923.28, I believe. I think that's what it is. $675 a ton for this fertilizer. It has not gone down any. Okay, all right, thank you. There's your shovel there.
All right, Dad.
All right, thank you, Joe. See ya. And we are loaded and hammer down southbound. But look at that, I got a notice or flashing light on my dash. I've got a tire that's leaking, and I don't think it's the one that I put the plug or the patch in a couple of months ago. Well, when did I do that? That was back during the snowstorm, wasn't it? But what I've noticed in the morning, it hasn't gotten below 63. It's higher now at 70 because of coming up the road and it warmed up. I've pumped it up to about 80. Come out in the morning, it's down to 63. I haven't done anything to it since, when did I put air in it last? Friday or Saturday, and it hasn't gone below 63 pounds. So I've got to look at it closer and see if I've got a screw or a nail or something in it. Could someone explain to me the wild price swings we have been seeing in gas over the last 6 months? I don't understand it. It used to be 10 cents was a big swing in gas prices, one way or the other. You know, on average, you'll see 3, 4, 5 cents when the price changes. I have seen 20 to 40 cent price changes over the last 6 months. So last week, when I was up here in the big city, I saw gas $2.69 to $2.79. Same station today, I paid $3.05 for it. And I don't remember last week if I filled up at that station. I'd have to go back and look at my receipts. I can't remember. Today, in my 40-minute travel to go get this fertilizer, I've seen gas prices range from $2.85 to $3.09. and we don't usually have a wide change like that. But no, 30 and 40 cent swings in gas prices. I don't believe the oil futures market is swinging that much. I have looked at it previously over this last 6 months, and I have not seen huge price swings in the barrel of oil that would cause these gas prices to do what they're doing. But to go from 269 back to 309 in a matter of 4 days, 5 days, I explain it to me, please. Because I don't understand it. Is it, are the retailers, are the gas retailers trying to make more money on this? I was in the gas business at one time. When we owned the grocery store 20 years ago, no, it hasn't been that long, 15, I try to blank that out of my memory. We had gas pumps at the store, and so we dealt with the gas prices, 4 or 5 cents. That's about all they would change at a time. I never saw 20-cent changes in our 3.5 years. It was about 3 years we had the grocery store and the gas pumps. I don't know. I think there's something fishy going on with that, but I haven't put my finger on it yet. My wife made some type of apple pastry yesterday, and it's pretty damn good. Okay, I'm unhooked from the spreader, unhooked that from the truck, but first I've got to back the straw hayride whatever wagon into the barn, unhook from this, and then I can come back and hook on the spreader. I've still got to take this wagon out 2 more times this week. So I did straw rides for a friend who was having Halloween party for the kids on Saturday night. Good Lord, there must have been 30 kids there. As I told him, I don't think I know enough people that have kids that I could have a Halloween party that big. 30 kids. So yeah, we did a couple of straw rides for them. So this Friday is Halloween. We are doing our trunk or treat at the store. So this will be the 6th annual trunk or treat we're doing at the store. And we're doing straw rides for that event. And then on Saturday, our local elementary school, the one that I did the farm to school week for, they're doing some type of fall festival, and they want to do straw rides as well. So I agreed to go up there and do straw rides for that event as well. All right, I got to turn you off because I cannot back well with this tractor. That was painful to back in there. I'm glad you didn't launch me. It's just not easy with a tractor like this that is a front wheel assist, because you can't turn it real sharp, and you just got to keep pulling up, backing up, pulling up, backing up to get that tongue where you want it to back it in there. But I got it done. Looks like clouds are starting to roll in from the south. That's where our rain is coming from, at least according to the radar map that I just looked at. So to break the numbers down for you, $675 a ton. I'm putting about 250 pounds per acre right now. That's going to work out to about $85 for fertilizer just now. I will come back in the spring. I will put some more nitrogen down. I may put some more dry fertilizer down. Seed, I've probably got 50, 70, between $60 and $75 already in seed costs. Glyphosate, I put a quart of glyphosate down. What is that? It's about $5 or $6 a quart. So are you doing the math here? What am I up to? About $160 an acre? That's just in input costs that I can count. It doesn't include the cost of the tractor, the planter, the labor, insurance, all of that other stuff. So, you know, at $160 an acre, $5 a bushel, I've got to get, at this point, just 30 bushels to the acre just to pay for expenses I have in it so far, in direct expenses. It could be another losing proposition here. I should have moved auto steer back to this tractor, but I didn't. I guess I can turn a steering wheel. We're kicking it old school today. Well, no, not really. Old school would just be judging. You look at the track over there and you think you're looking at the right track. You just came down and you kind of do a judge on how far away are you, 40 feet away from that track. That's the old school way. Now I've got this guidance here, at least telling me how to turn the steering wheel. If I can keep it on the line there, I'm doing pretty good. School must be letting out. I think that car across the road there is waiting for a kid or two to get off of the bus. What time is it anyway? Oh yeah, 3:20. Yep, so school has lit out, so I think that's what they're doing there. One more pass after this and I will be finished with the fertilizer. Almost worked out right. This small field, the last field, 2.5 acres, I had to cut it back to 150 pounds instead of 250 just so I would have enough to do the field. So I will have at least something on this field, not as much as I wanted to. So that's not too bad. So what I would have been 250 pounds off, and that's only because 2 of these fields I've done have had bias rows, so we've had a lot of overlap on those. And I'm at the last here. We're still spreading a little bit of fertilizer, but I think it's almost out. Not sure how much the wind is supposed to blow with the rain the next 3 days, but you know, it won't take me that long to take this auger down. I don't have to take it all the way down. As long as I get it about halfway and put it right up beside the bend here, the wind should not blow it over. It's not a pretty sight when these things go over. Been there, done that. Okay, who's climbing up the bend to put the top on? I guess that's me. No one else around to do that. You'll get a nice look at my ass when I go up. But I do have a belt on today. And the top is on. Soybean harvest has kind of come to a halt around here, just here locally anyway. My cousin, they've got some green beans out there still. Neighbor on that side, I think they've still got some green beans. I think most of these are double crop soybeans. We're just gonna have to wait, I don't know, after this rain comes in. That will help them ripen up, get dry. So I don't know, maybe, well, it's supposed to rain through Thursday. I don't think we'll get in the field this weekend. So I guess it'll be next week. We'll get back in and start cutting soybeans again. I can hear the neighbor over there planting wheat. I guess he's pushing to get it done before the rain rolls in here. Okay, I've got some new shoes I have to take off the truck and put inside so they don't get wet. I don't like my new shoes to get wet. Yeah, I've got a lot of new shoes here. And they're not Nike. I refuse to buy Nike. They went woke a couple years ago, and I will never buy another pair of Nike shoes. These are Samson shoes. Implement tires. I've got, what have I got? 6 tires. How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 6 of these are for the grain drill. I've got 4 of these heavy duty, I think they're high-speed tires, or they're 12-ply tires anyway. Those are for the main tires on the drill. And then the 2 metering tires, which ones are they? They're the smaller ones, these, the 14s. And then I've got some 15s just to have for my wagons, my straw wagons. And I don't know how much I paid for them. Since I'm not here at the farm all the time, I use my hardware store as a drop-off point. And so the place that I got these tires, they delivered them today. They dropped them off at the hardware store. So I just left a blank check at the store for the employees to accept the tires and write the check out to the company that I got the tires from. So I'll get that receipt this evening or tomorrow when I get into the store, find out how much they are. I imagine, what did I say, 9 tires? It's over $1,000 there. Absolutely. Those 4 heavy-duty tires, I would say they're $200 a piece. And then the 5 lighter duty, so 4 2s are 8, and then the 5 lighter duties are probably $100, $80 to $100, so that's another $500, so $1,300 worth of shoes probably. All right, let me just roll them off in here somewhere. Well, I guess the last piece of this puzzle that I'm not putting it together, I'm taking it apart, I guess. Pulling each piece away. Yeah, I've got to get the combine home and in the barn. Farmer's daughter is still at the hardware store, but she'll be leaving here soon. She'll be leaving the hardware store soon, and she's going to come down and get me and take me to the field to get that combine so I can put that in the barn so it doesn't get wet. Rather than wait for Farmer's daughter to get out of the hardware store, I've decided to bring the truck over here and get the combine, and then she can just bring me back to get my truck. So that will at least keep me from sitting around. If you've ever worked retail, you know you can never get out of there in a timely fashion. At least I can't, and neither can my daughter, because there's always one more thing that needs to be done, or one more customer that has walked in the door and needs to be helped. And so you don't walk away. Retail will just suck you in. Maybe not as an employee. You know, as an employee, when your shift is over with, you can walk out. Low fuel. So yes, retail, as I said, it will suck you in and swallow you up and then spit you out 2 hours later. And who knows where you will end up when it does that. I'm going to drop the header. I don't need to take the header home. I'll just leave it here in this field because I don't know if I'll come back to this farm for that other small field where the beans are still green, or if I'll move to my double crop soybeans. It just depends on which ones dry up first. All right, let's see if I can get this on the first go round, but first I have to get out and disconnect hoses and pins. see my orange mark there on the header cart? That's the center. So if I get this, the center of this header on that orange mark, it should line up with those two stands right there. So the header has got two plates on it down underneath of here on either side, and it sits on those two stands right there. So that's why I have to get it pretty close. And now maybe you can see what I'm talking about, how it sits down right on there and right there. Oh, and let me get out and put the safety stop in for this feeder house. We have a safety stop for this feeder house that keeps it in the raised position so it doesn't drift down. And with my luck with hydraulic hoses in the last 6 to 9 months, I don't want to take a chance of going down the road and a hose bust open, start leaking, and that feeder house drop down on the road. So it only takes, what was that, 9.5 seconds to jump off, put the safety stop on, and jump back in here. So that 9.5 seconds could save me hours later down the road. I need to come in here and trim trees again. That limb there needs to come down because the combine would hit it if I stayed on the road. And I think there's a few other limbs on the driveway here that need to be trimmed. It's a constant battle around here with tree limbs and trees falling into the field. And I'm back in my truck. Farmer's daughter is pulling out ahead of me. It is 20 minutes after 5. So that's all I'm doing down here today, and I don't have to close the store this evening. We've got 2 employees in there. So yeah, I don't have to close the store. I get to be home before 6 o'clock. And we just hired another employee this morning. She starts tomorrow, actually. I think she's going to pick up on it quickly, so maybe my store days are done for a while. I shouldn't jinx myself, though. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm going to say, see ya! See ya!